Wow.
Okay, so she's got her Neptune and Mercury in the 12th house.
In what house and what sign?
Scorpio.
Ah, what Scorpio rule?
Death.
Good. What's 12th
Drugs.
house rule?
Drugs.
Drugs. What's Neptune rule? Drugs.
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 Yeah.
And what's Mercury rule? Lawyers. Is that an interesting thought? They're the mouthpiece, Mercury. Okay? This is, and you know, and talk about
her Venus and Moon were in Libra, so of course she's pretty.
well, and she's got Jupiter exact squaring the Sun. Jupiter in Virgo here is exact, look at this, 5 degrees Sag.
Wow.
Okay, so here's the nice thing, you can always remember this about Jupiter. Anytime you see Jupiter on a cross, it's good fortune, even though it's a cross.
Okay.
Let me tell you why it's good, because people that have Jupiter on a cross will always resurrect off of their crosses. They'll always be better for the trials they experience.
Okay.
They'll always become more fortunate because of the pain they went through or the cross they suffered. I have a grand cross with Jupiter. Jupiter in Pisces. Pisces rules what? Prisons?
Yes.
Self-undoing. All my life, all my pains and all things I've gone through, 9 years of imprisonment and all these different things that have gone through have only worked for my blessing in my life. They brought me to a better place.
You benefited from it. Yeah.
Because what is Jupiter? The greater benefit.
It's right.
So you're
Benefit.
speaking Jupiter when you
Yes.
said benefit.
Yes, absolutely.
So always recognize that, and when you're doing a chart, you see somebody has a cross with Jupiter, don't think it's all negative. They have a way of turning things into good. Especially if you can teach them to praise and give thanks and operate on that level of consciousness, then Jupiter works well. You see what I mean? So if I see somebody with Jupiter on a cross, my main goal is to kind of bring their consciousness back to understanding that all things are working together for good for them. And they have the power to resurrect off their crosses if they'll just be loving. Okay? Okay. The message of Jesus, 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 okay? So it's okay. So let's move on to this. Let's look at let's apply the same rules to Anna's chart and see if it reveals danger and potential death at the time of her expiration. The first rule, find a new moon preceding the event. You're going to get this drilled into your head. First, second rule, third rule. First rule, find the new moon preceding the event. We find a new moon is conjunct Mars within 1 degree of exactness. Squaring her moon in Venus, the moon represents the function of the body. We find a well, let's go back to let's look at it. Let's go back to the new moon. Okay, it's within 1 degree of Mars, the new moon. Here's the new moons, moon and sun together, transit on the day of her birth, death rather. And look at where it's at. Mars is 27 Capricorn, these are 28. Can't get much more close than that, can you?
Sun and Moon are hitting her Mars.
Okay, and Mars is doing what in that chart? It's exact square to her moon and Venus. See it? Right here.
Okay.
Venus, moon, 22 and 20.
Okay.
It's squaring exact there, right? You
Yes.
see that? Okay, so that's Mars afflict, and you got to remember the moon rules the sleep and all the things. It has a lot to do with drugs, even though we think of Neptune. It's the ingestion of something, okay, like food, nourishment, all these things. But it's also the taking of something,
Okay.
okay. And very often it involves sleep because Neptune and the moon both are represent sleep in some respect, okay?
Right.
Okay, so let's go to the next one, okay? We did the first one, we find it's exactly conjunct her Mars. Now we find the progressed moon, it's exactly conjunct her natal Saturn. Oh, amazing coincidence.
This one conjunct natal Saturn. Wow.
Can you believe that? And it's quincunx the natal Jupiter and trine her natal Sun. It's also setting off in opposition to Uranus and Pluto in the 10th house. Pluto, oh amazing. It's opposition Pluto. Okay? And it's conjunct Saturn. Is that as bad as it can be?
And it's
Okay.
head on. So now we have the transiting Saturn is next.
Yeah, but before we leave there, look at what else is involved in this. Setting off in opposition to Uranus and Pluto in the 10th. Sudden and unexpected Uranus death, Pluto in the 10th house, public recognition and fame, or recognition for, it becomes a major public issue on every news broadcast in the world. 10th house, fame, reputation, infamy, all those things of 10th house, right? So let's go back and look at that, okay? So we find progressive moon is exactly conjunct natal Saturn. Let's look at it. What's the odds it could be there, okay? Let's go to progressive moon, is right here. It's at 5 degrees Aries. Look at Saturn. 5 degrees. Huh? Look at new moon, 28, 27. Tell me you could set this up yourself.
Oh, God, I know that.
Are you getting chills yet?
Oh, I
Are you
really,
getting it?
I really
Are
am.
you getting it?
I am getting it.
I mean,
I am.
we've only begun this journey. You see what I said? I said
I
people
am-
would knock my doors down if they knew what I knew, and if they could come here and learn it.
This is why we're putting it on paper. It has to go into the world.
We'll write
has
it.
to.
Let's do it.
Yes,
Let's do
yes,
the book.
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Yes, yes.
It's something that if I take it to my grave, you'll have it still though. You'll
You know
still
what?
have it.
And I already know that this is our pathway together. This is
Yeah.
why I came into your life.
Yeah, moon to moon.
Mhm,
Okay, yeah.
mhm. Yeah.
Soul to soul.
There
Okay.
you go.
So okay, let's
You've
go
been
on.
me around a long time, Elaine.